Yeah, hi everyone. Thank you for being here today, and I'm really honored to be here too and to share my vision with you of SoulAdvisor. And SoulAdvisor for me, I've been working on this project already, I think 8 years, and it is all about community and the community of practitioners and what we're doing in the world. And I feel that as practitioners, we face a lot of obstacle to achieving our the work, the best that we can give to the world. And so I feel like for Soul Advisor is to have that community and to have all the practitioners all over the world onto one platform, and that anyone, anywhere in the world can go onto SoulAdvisor and find you there and with your, offering. And that has always been the vision to bring everyone to the world. When someone's ready to have that healing journey, we are ready and we're there for them to on that path. Um, and and I feel while I was building Soul Advisor, I was also building Ankle Grace. And I didn't realize the two actually would meet once it was completed. The physical manifestation of Soul Advisor in its physical form would be Ankle Grace. And everything that Ankle Grace was built is to support all the practitioners to have a place to host a retreat, to come and offer their service, to everyone who comes to Ankle Grace. And also Siem Reap. I mean, it's a very spiritual place. And the history, the wisdom of everything here. The moment you land in Siem Reap, you just feel the energies calling you and supporting you for your transformation, even if you know it or not. It's working in the background, like there's this energetic portal. And we are so lucky to have built Ankle Grace on a very special piece of land that that have that energetic resonance with Angkor Wat on the lines and the ley lines. So everything is here, ready to welcome you to as a home, as a place and to be feeling supported on your journey as a practitioner, and everything you need from us. We're here to make it happen and as effortlessly as possible, because whatever you bring, Cambodia needs your healing. The land needs the healing. The people needs the healing. We've been through a lot of suffering with the war. And so just by your presence here, even though you think you're just healing your group of people coming, I don't think that's the case. When you bring your healing energy, the earth feel it, the people feel it. So by just making it in Siem Reap at Ankle Grace, the vibration of your healing energy is being absorbed into the earth and the people, and this country needs so much healing. It's just underlying vibration, like the people need it so much. So really, if you feel the call to come to Cambodia, we're here. We're here. It's built for that purpose.
Thank you so much, Elaine. It's such a joy to work under your guidance. And I think what we just keep hearing again and again from all the practitioners is that we've got heart and soul. We should have soul, being SoulAdvisor. But
Yes.
we do. And it's because of you and your intentions. And now I feel like we're finding a way to really express that through what we do. So really appreciate everything that you've done to bring us this far. We've now got a really global community of practitioners. We've got over 500 practitioners. We've got 142 different modalities. We're in 14 countries. We've got 22 languages that we speak. So whereas before it really did start, it's in a very fledgling way in Australia, it's now taking wing and it's going to be amazing. So Elaine set out to make SoulAdvisor like TripAdvisor for all of us, our TCIH, our traditional complementary integrative healthcare community. And that's what's happening. This year is going to be quite amazing. So I'd like to share with you a little bit about how we might participate most fully in SoulAdvisor and bring the retreats and the events that you all have to offer to life and what kind of support we might be able to give you. So I'm just going to share my screen. If I can make that happen effortlessly. I love that word, Elaine, effortlessly.
Yes.
So here we are. This is our new look, SoulAdvisor. I don't know if any of you have seen it. It's looking very slimline. This is only new. It went live last week. So it looks a lot different. And the reason it looks a lot different is because we're fully focused on SEO. We're fully focused on making sure that whoever's on our platform with whatever they're offering gets right out there globally. So we've been doing a lot of research. We're working with a beautiful team. Elaine, you might have to help me here. How many people are on the IT team with TV?
Demetrius.
About 10 people.
Yeah.
So we've got a huge IT team working on things right now, and they're doing some incredible work. So I think, you know, we've now got all these practitioners doing what they do, and we're held together with this really strong weave of three very important strands. And the first strand is just what you hopefully felt from Elaine, which is nourish yourself, heal our world. And that's always been our motto, but we're really starting to live that quite beautifully and well. So I think that intention is what attracts people to us and why people stay with us as a community. Yeah. And, you know, because if we're not feeling great and supported, then how can we go out there and do the same for other people in the world? So, you know, what my vision is to create a coherent community. And then we come to the second strand, because the only way we can do that is through true communication. So we've got all kinds of ways to communicate that we've put in place now. And we've been making sure that everybody starts to be able to talk, you know, on a personal level and a community level, and also on a quite a planetary level, which serves anyone who wants to run an event or a retreat or put anything out there, really, or thought, because we've really, really strengthened that part of it. So, you know, these days we've got buddying networks and mentoring networks that are starting to get stronger day by day. And that's a way of just bringing all our community to talk amongst each other, because that's the way we perceive it working, talking at a very fundamental level with that. As the community gets stronger and we continue to offer retreats and coming together for events, we hope that our network will work, meaning we'll bring lots of us together in the flesh over to Anchor Grace, we hope. So let's see if that happens. It will. And then we've also got a mentoring program. We've got an incredible number of practitioners that have been in the field for a long, long, long time. So if you were to look here and you saw what we have happening here with our trusted holistic practitioners, they've a whole lot of therapists that have been working for 10 years. Oops, now I'm going to lose my way on the new site. I'm not going to do that. But basically, so many people. We've even got practitioners who've been working for more than 50 years, several, many who've worked for over 40, lots who've worked for over 30, heaps on 20. Oh, you, Mignon.
One of them here.
Probably a few others of you in this room, so we've got this beautiful background of people. So mentorship, as we're now will receive today from Mignon and Liesel, is very much on the offering. Yeah. And we've also got a really good system of discovery calls for people being able to reach out to each other. And here's Cindy. Hello, Cindy. And everybody has the option to have a discovery call session on their site, which means that you can go, wow, that person looks amazing. And you just make a 15-minute free call with them and see what happens, because that's what honest communication is all about. Of course, that's also for our explorers or our clients to come and find out if they like you and you like them, and can you have a session together. But it also works for our practitioner community to really, really come together. So that's pretty important, I think. I've talked about the SEO, but we've also got a community forum now that's just taking off. So the important thing to know about this community forum is that at the moment we've been using it for our own purposes, just to tell you all about all the exciting things that are happening. But you can see where it says up on the top right corner, start a discussion. Please start a discussion. You may have something that's exciting you, bugging you, that you would like some help with. We're going to be really promoting it this year. When it comes to running a retreat or an event, head here. Tell people what you're doing. Make sure that you use everything that's available to you. We've got Instagram, and we can arrange to put things on our Instagram related to your event or retreat. We've got, of course, our SoulAdvisor page, where we can also put things up and get things out there for you. And then in addition to that, we've got the SoulAdvisor Global Collective, and that's where people come in, and you can do this at any time you like. You don't have to ask for our permission. You just go in there and put up your own retreat on the SoulAdvisor Collective, which is, going to work well. So in addition to SEO, all of this really means that we can get you out there. And I think people, we definitely find in our community that those that run retreats and events, the most annoying part is the promotion. It's like, am I going to make it? Will I get to my 30? Will I get to my 10? Whatever it's going to be. So we're here to help you. We also use LinkedIn if it's of a kind of a thing that we can talk about on LinkedIn. And we've just started using TikTok. Times are desperate. There's Elaine again. Looking beautiful. So yes, we've started this, and we're building our TikTok base as we speak. We've also got YouTube to get out there. Thank you, City, for doing what you've done on recently. There you are. There's City, who's with us today, who's done a beautiful, you should go in there and see it. It's so soothing. It's a beautiful sound vibration for all of you. So you can also offer what you do up there, and it helps build that profile, keep expanding. So all of those things. Now, the last part of what we have the third strand, I guess, beyond the communication, beyond the intention, is a really increasingly sophisticated platform that allows, we've got 10 people working on it, so we've really been able to progress, and it still continues to progress. So all of you can pop on, and you'll see that you can add your events. You just log in, go to the tools section down here. Oops, you've got all your different tools, articles. By the way, if you want to add something to our SoulAdvisor site onto your sanctuary, and here's where you put your events, and just have a little look while you're there, because you can now put an article widget or a review widget into your own website, so that you can take the program, take the language and transport it to your own website, and then you can see all the reviews that you've gathered on our site appear on yours, and all the articles that you've written for our site appear on yours. And that, again, really helps build things. But that's not what we're talking about. Events. So if it comes to adding an event, then it's not too hard to do. You just go in there, you click on events, and call your event something. Tell us the time, tell us which time zone that is. I've got it pegged to Anchor Grace here. You tell us whether it's in person or online. In the next few weeks, you'll be able to do both for those of you that like to run hybrid events. And then you give the address, and then basically continue on to provide a summary in a few lines, choose a pretty picture. We can help you if you don't have one. add a beautiful description. For me, for anybody that's with us as a practitioner, it will come up with your host profile. But for example, in the case of Mignon and Liesel, Liesel isn't a practitioner in the way, or doesn't want to offer herself out there as a practitioner, is a better way of putting that. So the host is Mignon and Liesel's there as a facilitator. So many people run retreats or events that involve more than one person. So that's super helpful. The price, we now have a lot of different currencies that we cover, and we'll have more and more. So you can put your price in whichever country you're in. You know, that's pretty irrelevant to all of us, but you might like to market to the United States crowd or some other place. So that's also possible to change your currency. And then you can say here how they're going to register. They can register through SoulAdvisor, which is a very simple form that you can manage on a registration list, or you can do it through your own registration list. So what I want to tell you about, and then you just hit submit for review and bang, you appear here once we've approved you. So here's the beautiful retreat that's being run by Cindy, the Serenity, Escape, Love and Healing Retreat. And there it is. So once that's happened, it triggers us to put you in the monthly Community Buzz newsletter, which goes out to all of our community straight away, whatever's happening. And it also triggers us to, make sure that we get you up onto social media, etc. Okay, so it's pretty simple at the moment. Eventually, I believe we're going to organize ourselves to have a proper event management system so that you can host everything that you need to know on that event system. But that's for the future. At the moment, it's simple and it's good. And a quick sneaky thing that you can all do until we get to that point is that you can simply add it. If you want the payments and everything to come through SoulAdvisor, you can simply add it as a service. So you can see you've got a whole list on your dashboard of different types of services you might like to offer, including festival events, conferences and summits and retreats, etc. So you can put that straight up there, add the description, do all the stuff, duration, price, how much advance notice you need, etc. And the payment will come through our system. So there's something to know about that. I don't know how many of you have been following all the changes lately, but we're commission-based at 20%, which is a bit steep for a retreat for us to take 20% of your commission. And we also have a system of joining us as a practitioner, for paid membership, which I'll show you now. So paid membership means that you're only paying between 19 and 22 US a month for the membership. So, and then we don't take any commission. So really, it's a very, very cheap way to get your event up there and out there. And then the other thing, here we go. There's the costing. And then the other option, and this is where we hand over to Demetrius, is that you may want to take up an Anchor Grace membership. Now, that's exciting because it's somewhere between $80 if you pay yearly or $96 if you pay monthly. And it's like a saving plan. It's like a saving plan that allows you to save up over a year period to go to Anchor Grace and do amazing stuff. But I'm going to be very quiet now and just hand this over to Dimitri to speak a little bit more. And just to let you all know that there's a time for questions and answers at the end of all this. So save up questions and let's keep rolling. Demetrius.
Thanks, Cate. I think it's good to say a few things about the reasons why people organize a retreat at Anchor Grace. It's not for me now to start telling you how great this is, because this would be my my own voice. So let me just tell you, for instance, that we get very, 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 very nice reviews. We just earned ourselves a 9.6 rating on Booking.com. It's very unique. So 9.6 out of 10 review rating is very high. That means if you go to our reviews, you check out what people say about the resorts, it's all really, really very, very, very overwhelmingly positive. Things that stand out, or let's say bonuses that stand out, are, first of all, the people. So the people at the resort, the staff, the people that work with you and support your retreat are not only very experienced, which means that the retreat runs flawlessly, but they're also very, very warm and friendly and genuine. That's always coming back, how genuine the people are. People compare, for instance, with retreats they've done in Thailand or like Bali, and they say it's such a big difference, such a nice difference, the warmth of the people. You really feel they're doing this. It's not just a job for them. It's really very purposeful that they're being part of your retreat, making sure that you go away with a wonderful experience. So then, of course, it's the quality of the infrastructure, and that is also confirmed by the people who already had a retreat here. They already told us we're going to do our next one here again next year. So that's very, very unusual to have people immediately say, yeah, this is so good. This worked so well. We're going to do our next one at your place again. So that's on the aspect of the actual retreat. What's also important, of course, is the location. And Elaine already alluded to that. It's a high energy healing location. It's not a coincidence that in the 10th to 12th century, this area where we're at, Siem Reap, used to be the center of healing in Southeast Asia. So you had people from India, from Japan, from China, from all around us coming to this place. Why? Because people recognize there was a very, very special healing power, healing energy here in this area. That's also why they built so many temples, more than 100 temples dedicated to healing. They also had four universities created specifically to share the knowledge on healing, and influences from all kinds of healing techniques around here in Asia, which makes it a beautiful place for people who make healing a practice to come and share that knowledge with their group or even heal people here at Anchor Grace. So that makes the location very special. It's also now up there. Cambodia is now up there in the top 3 of new destinations to visit. Looks like people are starting to pick up on Cambodia and appreciate the unique, pure cultural heritage that we still offer. People compare Cambodia as, let's say, the undiscovered Thailand, or Bali, where a lot of people are now kind of feeling a bit tired about what's going on there right now. I want to go back to a pure, fresh, genuine experience. So that makes Cambodia a fantastic destination to offer to your community. It's also very efficient. So we have a very brand new airport. It's very easy to get into and get out to the resort. So logistically speaking, it's also super safe. Also very important for your community. Super safe. It's actually, if you look at the reviews, look at the safety statistics, Siem Reap is like, I mean, you can walk at night as a woman alone even and not be bothered at all. I mean, that's very unusual these days in the world. So it's a super safe place. It's also easy to get around. It's all dollar-based, so US dollar standard. So it's not really that difficult in terms of making calculations in difficult currencies. So that makes it a very attractive destination for your community. Very easy, very comfortable. The resort level is also very comfortable, 5-star facility. So it's ready. Everything's ready for you. There's also a very special energy vibration here at the resort. So as Elaine already told you, the dragon lines or energy lines from Angkor Wat actually run through Anchor Grace as well. So it's almost like you could sleep at Angkor Wat coming to the resort. And people have experienced and have told us that they feel so relaxed and so zen just walking into the place for the first time. And then sleeping here, they sleep well. It's like they reconnect to source and find like a re-energize, recharge, re-energize. And we have so many people extending their stay even after the retreat. It's so wonderful to get that confirmation that people like it here, that they actually extend it. So yeah, all words, not mine, but other people's telling you this is a great place to come. And in terms of practical support for your retreat. So we understand that organization is not effortless, but we make it effortless. And it starts with the preparation. So we know everything that you can do here in the area. So we can build the program with you, can build a wonderful program with, of course, your workshops here at the retreat, but also visiting very specific, unique temples, sites that are off the beaten track. So it can really make it very exciting, very appealing. We can organize events for you, like we did a fantastic crystal ball sound experience at one of the amazing temples here, really at the temple itself. So we can really create for you a fantastic program. Takes all the effort out of the retreat organization. We can logistically make sure everything runs super smooth from where your community guests arrive at the airport all the way down to the resort and back and across the different sites that you'd like to build into the program. So we also have someone who can work with you in a reservations team to make sure we handle all the incoming reservations at your behalf. So that takes away a lot of the administration and follow-up work as well. Then there's a marketing side. You have a very strong digital marketing team that is very well versed in how to position your retreat and work with specific tools and tricks of the trade to get your event, your retreat out there as strongly as possible. I can also even help create the marketing material to run the promotions. And then, of course, once you're here, we actually have a retreat event ambassador who will help you execute your wingman or wingwoman here at the retreat to make sure that everything runs flawlessly. Your direct connection to all the different teams here at site that support you running the retreat, all the way from the tours to the restaurants, to breakfast, the housekeeping. You got direct support on site to make sure that everything runs effortlessly and flawless. So yes, full support. There's no reason not to start a retreat because we take care of so much for you. It's going to be blissful.
Thank you. Yeah. And I can vouch for all of that. And I'm sure the people that are now going to talk will also vouch for that. But I've got to say, I've only been once, which is a tragedy. But when I came to Siem Reap, I couldn't understand why I felt so good. It was literally like, I just feel great. Why do I feel so great? I'm so tired usually. I feel great. And then I worked out that how many temples are there in Siem Reap now? I think maybe 1,000 temples, Buddhist temples in the area. So that sense of mindfulness, it was just amazing. Anyway.
Also, Kate, what's interesting, we've been voted like the only real unique wellness resort. So wellness resort that has so many facilities. So we have like a Japanese style bathhouse or onsen. We have a separate yoga center with 2 large shalas and community center. We have a large gym, three levels, including martial arts. We have even a kid wellness center as well. So there's so many different facilities that make up this whole wellness concept, this wellness resort. And it's truly unique for Cambodia. And there's so many things to do, of course, around the resort, but actually at the resort itself. It's like a place you could spend a large number of days.
Thank you so much, Demetrius, for going there and telling us all about that. That's fabulous. I'm going to hand over now, if I can, to Mignon to talk to us.
Thank you. So most of you know me. I'm Mignon. I've been with SoulAdvisor since it first launched in Australia, and Elaine has become like family to me. And I came on as a practitioner, and you were talking about people doing healing modalities for more than 40 years. I'm one of those people. But I've also been organizing events and retreats for many, many years as well. And for me, that extension of being a healing practitioner and giving one-on-one on treatments and then taking it further to running immersions and retreats is really such a rich and deep experience to offer people. And so I've become the official ambassador for SoulAdvisor to help people run their retreats. And having had nearly 30 years experience in running retreats, events, concerts, festivals. And Cindy was the first person to sign up on the SoulAdvisor membership, and I've been supporting her for more than a year now to get her retreat up and running. I also work with Liesel on the Ultimate Girls Week Away, and we ran a retreat at Ankle Grace last year, which was absolutely beautiful. And I was also one of the organizers of the Crystal Bowl retreat that Demetrius was talking about. And over the time that I've been working, every single member of the staff that I've worked with at Ankle Grace is just phenomenal and has become like family as well. So I offer myself as a service to anybody who is a member of SoulAdvisor who would like to run a retreat there, where I connect you up with the right people on the staff and the team at Ankle Grace. And we work out what tours you want, what meals you want, what extra activities you want, what workshop spaces are the best for you. And Liesel and I are going to be running a retreat there in June again. It'll be my third retreat and Liesel and my second retreat at Ankle Grace. But it really is such a beautiful healing venue to take any of your modalities onto a deeper level. And I'm really excited to be of service to anyone who is part of SoulAdvisor.
Thank you. And would you like to introduce Liesel, perhaps?
Sure. So Liesel is a force to be reckoned with. She has been organizing retreats for many, many years, and amongst many other things. And Liesel and I connected in 2000. When did we do?
Long time ago.
Liesel was organizing a big retreat in Fiji with Elizabeth Gilbert, who's at the moment back in Australia. And I think we had more than 200 women come from all around the world. And that's when we started working together. So my background is logistics and sound and production and the technicalities of things. And Liesel and I balance each other out really well in terms of her experience and my experience. And so, yeah, I would love to introduce Liesel with all the things, not just the Ultimate Girls Week Away. Liesel has retreat schools, and she's doing a phenomenal amount of things this year, which she will tell you about.
Thanks, Ian. Thanks, Cate. I was just saying to Elaine before, I can't believe that it's 12 months since I was first at Ankle Grace, and what Demetrius was saying about that feeling that you get. I sleep like 3 hours a night here, so that to be able to get like 10 hours a night sleep at Ankle Grace was just phenomenal. And when I was starting to plan out my year for this year, which is very busy, I started talking to Elaine about how would it be if I came to Ankle Grace and ran my 7-day masterclass. And so here we are today, which is our official launch of that. So it is exactly that. It's a 7-day masterclass, and I've popped the website into the chat, and I'm sure it's in the event. And Cate is, on top of getting it everywhere out there. But it's 7 days of planning your retreat. We all know now there's so many retreats out there and so much noise and so much misconception of how retreats should be and what money you should make and how it should all pan out. So I've got 33 years of experience of running retreats. I've been running things like through Girl Guides and youth groups and school councils and local council stuff since I was 16. So when I stepped into this space full-time 10 years ago, I really saw a need for people to know how to do it from the beginning so you don't make mistakes, so you know how to market. And I think maybe, Cate, you said before about how marketing is the biggest piece and how awesome that it can go on SoulAdvisor and be out there in the world, but that then getting it out into the world and sharing it is a really big deal. And that's a big thing that we talk about at the masterclass, is about, okay, how do price at a point that is affordable for them, and how do you bring all the bits of a jigsaw to puzzle. I talk often about how a retreat is often, you buy like a jigsaw that's about 1,000 or 2,000 pieces. If you shake it all up and throw it out into the room, you've then got to bring all the bits of the pieces together. And that's what organizing a retreat can be like. So I'm super excited to be coming to Cambodia. We are going to be doing the thing like going to the temples. We'll be having a photo shoot. Dennis Minster, who also, full disclosure, is my husband, is only getting to come on one trip with me this year, and it's to come to the masterclass and do a photo shoot for everybody, which will be very cool, around Angkor Grace and around the temples as well, which will be really a really very special portfolio that you will get out of this. And I would really love to welcome Cindy to talk, because she's worked with Mignon. She's about to go to Angkor Grace for her retreat, but she came to a masterclass I ran last November in Byron Bay.
Thanks so much there, Liesel. And yeah, hi everybody. And I just have to say, I am so super excited. I can barely contain myself because this time next week, I'm heading up to Sydney to head out to fly over to Angkor Grace and host my very first international retreat. And it's just going to be absolutely amazing. And I just want to say, throughout this process, which started actually 18 months ago, when I first found out about this opportunity to host retreats and to become an Angkor Grace member. And it's just planted the seed that this is something that I would really love to do in the future. So I think it was within like 6 months, it was like I contacted Cate and I said, I really want to do this. So what do I need to do? Because I just felt this calling to host a retreat over there at the beautiful Angkor Grace, and I don't think it was even completed yet. So, and so in the meantime, I have had some beautiful mentorship from Mignon. She's helped and guided me through this process, and also what I learnt on the retreat masterclass with Liesel last November was just very invaluable. And I think what I feel most out of everything I've experienced so far is just the genuine support from everybody has been amazing. And to all the staff over at Angkor Grace, they have supported me. Chanta, thank you so much. She's been amazing. And just helping me put all the pieces together. And as Elaine mentioned before, just things, and Demetrius as well, going smoothly and just coming together. And that's what I've felt. It is just going to be amazing. I'm so excited to meet you in person and to welcome. I've got 10 amazing women joining me from around the globe. They're coming from the UK, from Perth, Queensland, New South Wales, and we're just going to have the best time. So I'm already planning my next retreat next February, and it'll be even bigger and better as far as all the experiences. And so thank you so much, Elaine, for providing this beautiful opportunity for us as practitioners. And I think it's just so amazing. And I just thank you so much. And I really look forward to
Thank you. Can't wait to see you next week.
Same. So thank you so much. And thank you, Kate,
everyone, I have to go first, so Demetrius will be here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. That was really good. And I think it was you that commented when we did our masterclass, was there's so much more that we need to know that we don't realize. And so by having something in one container in the one location is a really special way to do it. And why would we not do it at Angkor Grace, which is just the most idyllic venue. So I know Kate's going to jump into questions shortly. So if you've got any questions, or if anyone wants to jump on a one-on-one call with me to talk about some of the things involved in the masterclass, please reach out via the website or through social media. I'm always happy to chat about retreats. So that's it from me. Thank you, Cate.
Thank you so much, Liesel, for saying all those things. We'll provide Liesel's direct contact so that you can find her, and you can also have a little look on our event section on our website, and Liesel's retreat will be up there as well. So that'll help you connect with her. So I'm just going to open it up now. We've had to say goodbye to a few people who were in their lunch hour, but is there any questions? Would anybody like to say anything, ask anything, think anything? Not just of Liesel, but also of Demetrius or myself or anybody else. Feel free.
Mignon, I'm interested in the masterclass. I can't see a link, but I'm sure Cate will provide one.
Liesel is running the masterclass.
Right. Okay.
Liesel, do you want to drop your contact?
Yeah, so the website, if you go into the chat and right up the top of the chat, I popped it in right at the beginning. And that will click through the thing. Let me see if I can pop another link in the bottom of the chat as well, so you don't have to go scrolling. Just give me 2 seconds.
And after the masterclass, there is a restful retreat for anybody who wants to just experience being at Anchor Grace and see beautiful sights in Siem Reap, and it's more about relaxing and.
Sorry, is the masterclass in Cambodia? It's not online. Yes. Right. Okay. Sorry, yeah. I wanted to do that. Yeah.
I just want to butt in there because you do also run online versions, don't you?
I do. If you'd like to reach out to me, I will put my email address here.
Thank you.
And I'm happy to chat. And yeah, I do quite a few different things online.
Okay.
Right, there's my email address, admin@ultimategirlsweekaway.com.
Thank you.
Thanks, Liesel. That's great. Right. Well, any other last questions? We did say we would do it for 45 minutes only, and we're not too bad. We're only 6 minutes over.
Can I something, please?
Yes, please.
Just for Demetrius to run through the program that he has for being a member there. Could he outline that?
Yes, well, I can show you that more than Demetrius.
Okay.
So just do a very quick share, and I'll also pop the sharing link for this program. Okay, so this is Anchor Grace. This is the membership schema as it stands at the moment. I just want to let you all know that the standard and premium are going to be, the standard will be removed, and we'll just have premium and Anchor Grace next time you look. Okay, so this one, once you have contributed for 1 year, or you can contribute for 5 months and then say, okay, I'm just going to pay a lump sum for the following 8 months. How many years? How many months in 12? 7 months. But once you've paid for a year's membership, then you're entitled to stay for 7 days within the retreat, which is a lovely thing. So you might decide to go there, Robbie, just as a person, not as a practitioner. But and in that case, you've got 5-star accommodation, nourishing meals, yummy, a massage or a yoga class of your choice. A VIP industry rate off all wellness offerings, and then you can choose to go there as a person, or you might decide to be running something while you're there. So, or you might not want to run anything while you're there, but you might want to do some volunteer work. And Elaine alluded to the fact that it takes a lot of healing right now in Cambodia. So there's also opportunities to participate in community programs as well. So this will tell you all about it. I'm going to put the link in there. It's pretty stunning, and it's really, really your choice. So there is a 70-30 split on the work that you do at Anchor Grace, meaning they take 30% of the commission, but they also get you out there, do all the bookings, make it effortless, as Demetrius was saying. And so your family and friends, if you didn't want to travel alone, also have a 15% discount on accommodation and food during that whole period. And they just have to pay 25% of the room cost if they decide to stay with you in the same room. So that's kind of lovely too. So what else? There is a deposit if you're running a retreat, which is 50% of the deposit you normally require if you're not part of the Anchor Grace retreat membership program. And then as it says, if you want to stay a little longer, that's easy to negotiate and at a very good rate. And then I guess, as a therapist, just talking about that for a minute, it allows you to say, I'm an international therapist, which is, it seems funny that we have to play those PR games, but it certainly helps, to be able to say that. So, and as we said, Robbie, what will happen in the very near future is that we'll bring retreats together and be looking for therapists to come and be part of that or provide services within the context of a multiple therapy retreat. Yeah.
Right.
And that tier also includes support from if you want to run a retreat, support from me.
Okay. Wonderful, Mignon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
It's a bit. Yeah. Certainly wish I'd had that available when I was running retreats, I've got to say. So is there anything else anybody would like to chime in with?
No.
Just a closing statement. I know that it's easy to think about organizing a retreat, but people I've talked to, they always feel like it's like an unsurmountable task to even decide to go and do a retreat. But then when I talk to people afterwards, after going through the process, they cannot understand why they were a bit intimidated by the idea of starting a retreat. And the fact that I see now on this call that we have support from people with lots of experience, and of course, Anke Grace with the team as well. I think it's safe to say that there's no reason why not to kick off a retreat, even if you have zero experience. And I think it should be said that it's false intimidation. I think it is not something that should be feared or questioned or doubted. I think everybody here can demonstrate the fact that it's not unsurmountable. And with a little bit of help from the friends, you'll be able to build a beautiful retreat. I think the only thing you would need to have in order to build a retreat is some kind of community or people you can reach out to invite them. I think that's the only real requirement. Anything you want to chime in, Mignon or Liesel?
Yeah, I agree. I think as long as you've got people you can reach out to, whether it's clients, whether it's friends, whether it's social groups, whatever, don't be afraid. Like, if you wait for the right time, and it will never be the right time.
No.
I see Andrea put her hand up. I'm just double checking that there wasn't a question still lurking.
It wasn't a question. I know that it's time. It's going quite fast. So it was just in case there is time. I am really, really interested in doing stuff and have been approaching specific psychotherapists because I work with trauma mostly, and seeing if people wanted to combine work with like psychiatrists, psychologists, and body workers. So it was really interesting to look at the volunteer program, and I might be reaching out to the Somatic Experiencing International team to see if they've already got a center somewhere around there. Usually they have got people who would probably be very interested, because I think for me, when I work with trauma, it's really nice to have a couple of therapists coming together with that experience. Because I'm kind of targeting some of the audience here and in former Yugoslavia and Bosnia, where I come from. So mostly it's military. So it's kind of war veterans, people who worked within the health system with police, people who have worked in hospitals, and volunteers who worked within the war zones who need to kind of do a recovery program. So I might speak to Cate, or might address that with Mignon or Liesel and see if we can create something.
Can I just respond to that? I mean, I know that we at SoulAdvisor have been talking about co-creating things and people bringing their different skills. But Nina, who runs the Mahalaya Spa, who's the top therapist there, she's actually Ukrainian. So she totally is in alignment with what you're talking about, the trauma of war. She lives with that every day, and her therapy, she does Qigong and water yoga, but she also does healing, and you could maybe co-create something with her as well, because that's a similar background to what we're talking about. So yeah.
Adriana, I love that idea. I think that's just a fabulous concept to bring that, because, you know, it's all about the healing. It's a lifestyle we've all made, and I think that it makes total sense to go to Cambodia, where the trauma's been fairly recent, and to work in that capacity there. So I'd love to help you do it too.
And I'm very happy to talk with you further about that, because I do craniosacral therapy, which is all about bringing down, you know, working with trauma and sound healing. And there's lots of crystal bowls there and beautiful instruments to use at Ankle Grace that we could include in the retreat, you know. So, and there's yoga classes and there's mantra work, you know, there's so much that could be done. I'm very happy to talk with you about that, because trauma is a big interest with me as well. I grew up in South Africa in an activist family, and it's something I've worked with my whole life too. So, yeah.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, it's a quite, I've done a little bit of work once in Bali, and one of the really important parts, I think, apart from the retreat, is to bring in the local community from the place and to offer some of the work that I'm very, very interested in as well, just to add it there. So because I can see how then the sparks come up, is to offer sometimes work to a specific member of community that's also for free, that brings in. So for me, it's a really important part of that moral and ethical part of the workshop, because I think the workshop, as I can see, will just spark off and bring people together. But I can see that when I did it also somewhere else, you know, bringing in the local community and training them in that is really a massive part of my kind of perspective as well. So hopefully that can be arranged. I can see that most of things can be arranged from.
And there's so many organizations there working with people. Elaine, you know, has built organizations there and supports organizations that are working with people coming out of the trauma of the wars in Cambodia, and she would also be able to put you in touch with. But there are a lot of organizations and grassroots sort of self-help programs and women's community groups, you know, that you could tap into to find out what's happening there in Siem Reap, and honor what's being done already, and bring in whatever you can bring into that and add on to that.
I'm pretty sure you would find a big wide open door, Adriana, for what you're suggesting. Okay. Anybody got final thoughts? Because I'm just aware that it's almost an hour.
Yes. I need to.
No, that was great. Thank you.
Thank you so much for making it, Robbie. Nice to meet you there.
Yes.
And thank you, everybody, for coming along. And thanks, Demetrius, for taking time to explain it all. And Liesel and Mignon, and also to Cindy, who's had to dash off. So really appreciate all your questions, and we'll send you the recording.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.